Hey, it's week 8 of lockdown, and today we're talking about how to stay motivated. Now, before we do anything, just make sure to hit that subscribe button. It keeps the channel growing, it keeps us reaching more people, and I really appreciate everyone who does. So thank you so much. If you're anything like me, lockdown has been an absolute internal roller coaster. I've had good days, I've had bad days. I've had things I've loved, I've had things that I found difficult that I never could have imagined. But one of the things I think we're all struggling with is to stay motivated, to keep going when life feels so uncertain and so different. One of my friends described it as work feels inconsequential right now. And I thought it was a wonderful phrase. I've been focusing a lot on keeping myself motivated, and I've learned a few things I thought were really valuable. Here's a list of things that can really help you to stay motivated as lockdown carries on. Number 1, refresh yourself with boredom. I'm sure bits of lockdown have been really boring for you. That doesn't necessarily mean that you've been bored. Boredom is that state of having absolutely nothing to do. The reason boredom is so valuable is it's where a lot of our creativity comes from. You'll find it's an amazing creative well, and through that creativity, you'll find a load of motivation to go and do stuff to fill the time. Being busy is not a great creative and motivational resource. Boredom is, so spend some time refreshing yourself by being bored. Number 2, think of the end goal. In a crisis, something like lockdown, our thinking becomes really short-term. We're thinking, how can I get through the day? How do I get through the week? How do I get through the months? I think for most of us, it feels like June or August seem like a really long time away right now. But actually, end results, end goals really help us find motivation. Take learning a language. It can be a real slog each day to go back to French and go, I'm going to learn a bit more French today, just because I told myself I was going to learn a language. But think instead of being in that Parisian cafe, talking to that waiter in French. When all this is over and you get to have that chat, how motivating is that? How much more does that make you want to come back again and again? Think of that end goal, that end result. It'll help you find the motivation to keep doing the things that you really want to do. Number 3, find what inspires you. Inspiration is by its very definition a brilliant way of finding motivation. If I read something that really fires me up in the mind, it makes me want to go and do things. So find what inspires you. It could be books, it could be music, it could be TED Talks, it could be your friends, it could be anything. But find what inspires you and fit it into your day-to-day. It'll help keep you fueled and motivated. Number 4, start your day well. The start of the day sets the tone for the day. I found a pattern that really works for me is to wake up, do a meditation, read a book for about 45-50 minutes, and then do some exercise. Try experimenting with how the start of the day can help you out. What tone do you want to set for that day, and how can you set it? It helps you to get up and be in control. When you start the day in control, you feel in control for the rest of it. Number 5, focus on what you need. With a huge shout out to Kristen Neff's self-compassion, it's really important to focus on what you need. Now, what we need can be quite hard to define. Sometimes we think we need a break, so we end up watching TV and end up more miserable than before. Other times we think we need to keep working really hard and get that thing done, and we end up stressed and all burnt out and out of energy. The question to ask yourself is, what is the healthiest thing I could do right now? The healthiest. Because healthiest adapts to what we need. Sometimes the healthiest thing you can do is actually finish that really stressful piece of work. Sometimes the healthiest thing is to go for a walk. Other times the healthiest thing you can do is eat a salad. And sometimes the healthiest thing you can do is eat a pizza. But ask yourself that question. What is the healthiest thing I could do right now? It'll keep you doing the things that look after yourself. And that helps us to stay motivated. And number 6, stay in touch with people. If there are a few people you really miss, or there's a few people you are hoping to actually build a really closer relationship with, but you haven't been able to in lockdown, then get in touch with them. We do need to stay more connected than ever. We need to make sure we're keeping in touch with people who otherwise make us smile, keep us happy and motivated. And actually building those relationships and those connections between ourselves really help to keep it in mind why we do so much of what we do. I hope these were helpful. They've definitely helped me through lockdown. I feel like I've learned an absolute ton about how I stay motivated. We don't have to do anything in lockdown, but we can take the opportunity to try and be better. Thanks so much. Please comment below with what you found motivating, what you haven't found motivating, any ideas for videos. Please hit that like button and that subscribe button. Until we meet again, take care.